Escaped research monkeys, new take on the LA fires, the helicopter plane crash, and a lot more on this episode of the Newsy with Roozy show. The final 4 of 43 escaped research monkeys have been captured from a North Carolina facility. Yes, escaped monkeys. Sounds cute. Yeah, at first. But then eventually, they're going to go around, they're going to have research monkey babies, and then they're going to have little bases, and they're going to steal our guns and weapons, and then they're going to attack us, and all of humanity could be at risk here. Okay, yeah, it sounds far-fetched, okay, but do your research. This has happened before. I saw a documentary on it. When asked for comment, Dr. Anthony Fauci says, they didn't escape from a lab. What are you talking about? They're just regular old monkeys. They just escaped from somewhere. I don't know. They're not research monkeys. Yeah, but do keep your distance. Try to keep like 6 feet of distance and wear masks around them. But they didn't come from a lab, a research lab. What are you talking about? I actually do love monkeys though. I was in Bali one time in Indonesia. I travel, whatever. So we went to a place called the Monkey Forest. If you're not familiar with it, the Monkey Forest is a forest with monkeys. It's a monkey forest. So we're at this forest and there's monkeys. And the monkeys come up to you in the forest. They're actually really cute. The monkeys come up to you. They'll take food out of your hand, and they have little monkey babies. And sometimes they'll crawl on your shoulder, and they'll sit there, and they'll pee on your favorite shirt that your grandma gave you right before she passed. Really cute. Super cute. Just really cute stuff. Let's talk about the LA Fire Department's diversity chief. Now, I know you've heard this a million times, okay, but this is my new take on it. I don't think you've heard this take before. The LA Fire Department's Chief Diversity Officer is under scrutiny. She says that if she can't carry a grown man out of a burning building, it's his own fault for getting himself in that situation. Why are you in that situation? Everyone's giving her crap, okay? But I'm saying leave her alone because she's right. You should have thought about that before you decided to have your house burned down. Why do you live such a flammable lifestyle? What are you doing living in a house made of wood, basically matchsticks? And then she goes on to say that when someone comes to rescue you from a burning building, you want someone there that looks like you because they understand your situation a little bit better. And now, again, everyone's giving her crap for it. Again, I agree with her. She's right. You know, this story is a little personal for me, and I wasn't going to share this with you guys, but I will. A few years ago, my house burnt down, and I had to call 911. And it's really hard for me to relive this, but I happen to have the tape from that 911 call. And I'm going to play it for you guys right now. Play the tape.
Thank you for calling 911. My name is Kevin, pronouns he, they. What's your emergency?
Please send help. My house is burning down.
I'm very sorry to hear about your house burning down. Can you please provide me with a description of what you look like?
I'm tan, 5'7", 160 pounds. I'm a straight male, but I did experiment in college.
The firefighter that we have that looks like you isn't available until Monday. He's currently taking a mental health day due to being misgendered.
Okay, that's fine. Let's just do that for now.
Please hold on. Saving you is very important to us. I'm back on the line. Thank you for your patience. We have you penciled in for Monday at 3 p.m. Please mark your calendar. Oh, and what pronouns would you prefer when the fire person shows up?
Let's just go with, oh God, I'm burning alive! Or something like that.
Thank you again for calling 911. We hope you have a pleasant evening.
Powerful stuff. Powerful stuff. A driverless Waymo car was recently pulled over by a police officer when it was going the wrong way on a one-way in a construction zone. I watched the video and the cop pulls him over and kind of confused. And then he talks to the little like caller guy. They have like a call center, and the police talks to that guy and he's like, yeah, it was driving on the wrong side of the road. And then the call center goes, are you okay? We'll review the tapes. And then the cop goes, all right, thanks. And he walks away. Why don't people smuggle drugs in these cars? I'm not saying you should smuggle drugs. I'm against trafficking drugs. I mean, if you have to traffic drugs, perfect. Just put them in this driverless Waymo car. Even if it gets pulled over, there is no possible way the cop has reasonable suspicion to search the car. Like the computer can't be acting high or acting weird or nervous. No, it's literally impossible to have reasonable suspicion and search the car. So just, if you have to, traffic your drugs through there. Could you imagine, though, if the car could get high? Just imagine a high Waymo car. He's driving around like downtown. Oh my god, dude. I feel like we're going in circles. What were we talking about? So yeah, traffic your drugs in driverless Waymo cars. Now make sure you pick the correct color of car. Because if you pick the wrong color, the police officers, when they pull it over, they might shoot it. And then you gotta get another one. So the very devastating plane into helicopter crash, everyone's trying to figure out whose fault it was. Whose fault was that? So the FAA has been for years actively discriminating against white applicants. Regardless of their education and their experience, they will gloss over white applicants to get to different applicants. Donald Trump announced recently that they were actively looking for people with severe cognitive disabilities. So air traffic control is going out there and trying to hire people that work for Spirit Airlines. Just let us choose. If you're going to do that, just let us choose. You can have the pilot we chose, or for $100, you can have either a white pilot or a male pilot. And for $150, you can have a white male pilot. $250, white male straight pilot. Just surcharge. White male straight pilot surcharge. I mean, maybe hiring the best person for the job from now on. Like, I get what you were doing. I get it. You're trying to be nice. Yeah, let's hire more of these guys or these girls or whatever. Let's just hire the best ones now. Let's just see what happens. Maybe like nothing bad will happen as much. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Remember the good old days when planes would only crash into buildings? By the way, those terrorists, they weren't even Middle Eastern. I'm Middle Eastern. My uncle was on that flight, and he told me it was a couple of Chinese guys named Mahmoud and Ahmed, and they were Chinese. So, shame on you for thinking they were Middle Eastern. With the Super Bowl coming up, our very own Kevin Cleats has been hitting the streets, getting a report. Kevin, what do you have for us?
Yes, Roozy. So I'm reporting about the Super Bowl team, the Kansas City Chiefs. I just don't get how that works. They're all Chiefs and no Indians? But then I got to thinking, that's a really problematic statement. And I'm going to change that phrase to, there's too many cooks in the kitchen, but not enough dishwashers.
Dude,
But then again, I got to thinking that maybe replacing the word Chiefs is also erasing the Native Americans. I mean, we already stole their land. Now what do we want to do? Steal their one and only team as well? But if you think about it, it really is beautiful how all these chiefs get together and get work done. And I think we as Americans can truly learn something from that.
They're not actually chiefs. They're just called the Chiefs. You seriously think that they're all Native American chiefs? What the hell's the matter with you, man? Please, anything. Give me real reporting, sports, for once, please. I'm begging you, do your job. Do you have
Hey man, you gave me 2 minutes to Google football? What did you expect? A bunch of guys fighting over a ball like they can't afford to buy one of their own? And why is it called football anyway? I watched a few minutes of video and all I saw was a bunch of guys talking about balls and sacks and stuff like that. I don't get it. And I can't believe they're out there playing in the cold anyway. In my experience, when you're out in the cold, your balls shrivel up. Anyway, back to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Kevin. What an absolute moron. Canada's Prime Minister Justin Trudeau is retaliating against America's tariffs. He says if the U.S. is going to have tariffs, they're going to do tariffs too, because he says Canada is. He says Canada. I try to say this with a straight face. I really am. He said Canada. He said Canada is the greatest country on earth. Canada. Well, dude, of course he says that. Of course he says that. He's the Prime Minister of Canada. You're supposed to say that about your own country. I bet you Kim Jong-un will tell you his country is the best country in the world. North Korea is not the best country in the world. I don't even think it's in the top 10. Oh, no, they're going to cut imports to the U.S. What are we going to do? Where are we going to get all this wood and maple syrup? We don't have any of that. No one cares. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong and we export a lot to Canada, but that's just... Here's another story you've already heard, but a different take on it. Let's talk about that Lyft driver that's being sued. Rapper Dank Beats. Really? She's reportedly suing Lyft because the Lyft driver wouldn't let her into his car. Why not? Why not? Just because she's 500 pounds? She could have fit in there. Dude, I mean... I think she was doing that on purpose. I think she's hiring little cars so someone won't let her in. She can sue them. That's got to be it. She could hire bigger cars. I mean, you fit better in a bigger car. You would fit better in the back of a bigger car. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's easier to fit in the back of a bigger car if you're big. She did that on purpose, but it's not her fault. It is her fault. Well, it's Michigan's fault, because in Michigan, being overweight is also a protected class. So being overweight, no one's allowed to discriminate against you. It's just like being black. So you ate too much and became overweight is exactly the same as your ancestors had to endure slavery. It's like the same. So what a ridiculous law. If this guy works for Lyft, this guy's working to make money. It doesn't benefit him to turn down customers. He was worried about his car. Sorry to hurt your feelings. You are 500 pounds. I mean, your name's Dank Beats. This is the Dank Beats. That's like what your stepdad says to you and you're trying to act cool. Hey, you guys want to listen to some Dank Beats, yo? What are you talking about? Dank Beats? This has been the Newsy with Roozy. I love you, and I'll catch you next time.